Okay, so before we go ahead and get into this one here, I just wanted to apologize about last race because last race I didn't get the developments and stuff put into that in the Pirelli Hot Lap because every time I went to export it, it would just be a black screen. So what I did, I literally just exported the race and uploaded the race there, and so I apologize for that. That's editing mistake on my fault. So yeah, hope you guys don't get mad at me, but enjoy this episode. It's all in here. And this is a great race. So hope you guys enjoy this episode. Okay, everyone, welcome back to episode number 3 of the Indy Boys Autosport F1 2022 My Team series. So it looks like this week we have a lot of developments coming in. So hopefully we get them all. We're pretty short on cash right now because I made a really big mistake in the last episode. And I bought a little too much, or I bought a little more than what I should have bought. So, yeah, let's not talk about it. But it was for a good cause. It was durability build time, I think. And I purchased it thinking I believe I had 1.25 million in the bank. And I had 1.25 million in the bank. And I purchased it thinking I was going to be left with 500K, but really the 0.25 is 250,000, not yeah, I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Just leave me alone, guys. It's okay. But I don't think we can really get anything right now because we need to redo this. So we're gonna redo that. That's developing. So I think that's really all we can get for now because we need to save some money and get some of these facilities upgraded. So let's go ahead. Let's advance time. Let's go to activities first. Let me not forget this because I almost did forget it last time. We need to do something to get us money. Funded team event. Then let's do driver promotion. Sponsor event fundraiser. And then let's do second driver external training. And while we're at, we might as well let's do them all. Let's basically do every single one of these. So yeah, we got a lot coming up here in the next coming weeks. So let's go ahead and advance through here, see what we get. So we got a few things there. Okay, so we gotta restart that for gearbox. We got all of those, so that's great actually. Durability, that's where we had the failure, so we're gonna spend it to redevelop that. We got that. So let's go here. Let us get improved energy store cells. And we can still put some more on here. Let's do Venturini tunnels now. We can do, oh wait, no we can't, I lied, sorry. Got that developing. We're gonna go, I can't do the cylinder head yet. We're gonna go magnetic. Oh wait, no, I don't have enough there. Shoot. Okay, so let's just do this, and that's fine. So there we go. There's our next upgrades coming in. But yeah, there's the results after the first 2 races of the season. Charles Leclerc taking home both wins. And we actually got our first points of the season last race, spoiler alert or not, if you watch that. We got our first points of the season, and it was scary, to say the least, because Esteban Ocon locked up, and I ran into the back of him and lost my front wing, and we had to basically survive. We were running 8th or so, and then I ended up losing 9th to Yuki. And then Gasly ended up catching me with like 2 laps to go or so and was hounding me for 10th place. But we held on. I don't know how I did it, but we did. So there's that. So let's go ahead. I think that's all we have. So yeah, we can't really get any facility upgrades. So let's go ahead. Let's do our Pirelli Hot Lap. All right, so we're here in the Pirelli Hot Lap. We're in the wet this time, so this is going to be fun, especially driving these supercars. We have an average speed zone, and we got to get 95.5, and we got 3 rounds. Let's go! We got it done. Oh man, that was fun. That was very fun. I love the Pirelli Hot Laps Challenge. They're hard to get and they're hard to do, but hey, we did it. We did it on the last round too, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun. They're hard to drive, especially that one because it was in the rain, so I really hated that, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead, let's get on into practice, and then I'll see you guys in qualifying. Alright, so we are here in qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix at Albert Park Circuit. This is going to be a fun track. I'm still figuring the track out. There's some areas where I'm kind of struggling with how much downforce I have and not, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Gonna cut to the cut com now. Okay, so here's our first outlap. Basically, we're just trying to get the tires up to temperature, the car up to temperature, brakes, whatever. Just getting a feel for the track, how the car is going to handle on this, like, I guess you can call it a reconnaissance lap. That's what they do in IndyCar. So, but yeah, so let's go ahead. Let's skip around until it's coming out of the final turn. Let's get into our first lap here. So coming up on it, we're going to hit the ERS deploy right now. We're going to try and have as much speed down into turn one as possible, but not overdrive, hopefully. So get it right on the curbs, nice and smooth up through there. Beautifully done. Coming down the first straightaway after the main straightaway. I like the new Albert Park, honestly. I like how flowy it is. It's a lot. It's fun. It's hard to pass, but it's fun because it's real flowy and you got to get into a groove, and I like that. I like that. So, but yeah, so we're going to see where we rank up on this first lap that we're going to run here. I don't quite remember where we went, but I don't think it was good. So when we get done here, we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I feel like I'm slow in some areas. I definitely felt like I was slow through the chicane right there, and it kind of upset me a lot. So, but yeah, honestly, I feel like the car is a lot better, and I feel like the car handles a lot better since Bahrain, and there's no arguments to be made about the progress that's been made so far. So yeah, we're gonna go fourth there, I think it was, but as we accelerate time, you can see that we are going to be 22nd. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and throw a new set of softs on, and we're gonna go ahead and drive out and go through another outlap basically, and we'll pick it back up from there. Okay, so I guess in this round of qualifying, I was still understanding the track, because the track is new, the layout's quite different than what I'm used to for Albert Park Circuit, and so I was understanding the grip of the tires, the downforce levels of the car, through some of the corners, the newer corners. So yeah, as you can see right here, I was a lot more aggressive, and I was trying to push the car to its limits. I feel like I went a lot harder into there than I did the first time around as well. I feel like I'm driving the car really well through here right now. I don't know why I'm down a tenth, so it doesn't explain. That doesn't feel right to me, but right here I think is where I was losing my time. I used every bit of the track I could there, and I went back in the positive, so that's great. But I think like this lap is not going to be as great as I want it to be, because I feel like there's a lot more I could get out of the car and the tires, and I just didn't really. So yeah, coming up through here, last time I felt like I was pussyfooting through there a little bit, so I was a lot more aggressive through the chicane, because I'm still not 100% sure on how the chicane healed. I kind of went wide there and lost a little bit of time, but it kind of came back, because I think last time I was very timid entering that corner. So but yeah, we're gonna gain a little more time, I think, coming out of here. I thought we're gonna lose time. I think we just lost 2 tenths. Okay, no, yeah, we're gonna gain time coming back out. I couldn't remember. We're up 4 tenths on our previous lap, so that is great. But I feel like I can get more out of the car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and stay out, and I'm going to run another lap. I'm going to turn my ERS deploy off. We're going to regain the battery. We're going to go back out of here. We're going to have a car right behind us. I can't really tell. I think it's an Alpine. But I don't think they really ever try to overtake us, because we're able to hold some speed on them. But I'm going to try and do what I can and see if I can get any time back. And I get some time back there in the first corner, but it just kind of slowly goes away, because the grip level of the softs at this point are disastrous, and it's not good. I'm figuring out the areas where I need to be more aggressive and more timid at, because I don't think I was still understanding, because I'm just not used to this Albert Park circuit yet. I just want to say that I'm not. It's weird to me how flowy it is, and I'm just so used to having a chicane right here, and now it's just flat out, and it just confuses me. So yeah, but we're gonna try and see if we can improve any. I honestly don't think we're going to get anything more, anything less. So yeah, coming through the final DRS zone, the Alpine behind us is gaining on us. As we come up here, there's a yellow flag. It appears, I think, Lance Stroll is off the track to the left. He may have beached it, I'm not sure, but he beaches it in the end of Q1. So that's interesting. But I'm trying to push through. The Alpine's pushing me through. I get it down to a tenth or so. Coming out of there, I have a little bit of oversteer. I kind of lose a little time, and then I'm going to move over, get out of his way, so that way he can go ahead and go through to his next lap or whatever he needs to do. So yeah, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to qualify 18th. So that is not fun. So yeah. I tried to do what I can to get as much out of the car. We're like right there. Like, we're not super far behind. I was right there. I could have made it to Q2 if I could have just figured out where to be more aggressive at. But as I said, I'm still learning the Albert Park circuit and stuff, so it's all new. But pretty sure Charles Leclerc goes on to get pole, and yeah, let's get into the race. Okay, so I gave it all I could right there in quali, and it just was not working for me. I'm trying to get me into Q2, and we were right there. I figured maybe if I could run one more lap on those tires, it might be able to get me in, but it didn't. It didn't. I tried to be hopeful, but it is what it is. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna move on. We're gonna get into the race here. It's supposed to rain in the race, so this could be something that's gonna shake things up big. So Yeah. I'm kind of scared. So I just wanted to say that. I'm kind of scared. So, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get on into the race.
You can hear the Australian fans roaring as they line the track here in Albert Park. Welcome to Melbourne, and the roar from the crowd can only mean one thing. It's race day. We're a stone's throw from the enormous Port Phillip Bay for today's race at the 3.28-mile Albert Park circuit. It's a bumpy racing surface here, and the 14 corners could prove especially difficult in the wet conditions. So watch out for a safety car at some point during this Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Russell, Bottas, Magnussen, Fernando Alonso, and Esteban Ocon, Mick Schumacher, Norris, Yuki Tsunoda, and Gasly, Joe, Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, and Cox, Stroll, Richard Verschoor, Albon, and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. It's not going to be plain sailing for our drivers today, although with the sky falling as it is, perhaps sailing isn't too far from the truth. Natalie Pinkham, good to have you with us here today. Your thoughts?
It is a touch damp, isn't it? As a driver, there are three big things to worry about when racing in these conditions: standing water, tyre temperature, and visibility. Judging distance to the cars around you is really tricky when you're driving through the vast amounts of spray that these wet weather Pirelli tyres kick up.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
All right, you heard it first from our strategist there. Points finished last race. This is going to be an intermediate start race, so I just want to say I'm not the best wet driver. I do not handle the wet very well, I guess you could say. But no, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get the formation lap started up here. Get everything up to temperature once again. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I feel like I can do good if I can hold on. That's all that matters. If I can just get a great start, I can just hold on and we'll go from there. But here we go. We're coming back around. We're about to get lined up and get into position. We're going to do some burnies, get the tires warm so that way we can have a beautiful start. Let's see what type of line we get. It was slightly off. All right, so getting ready to go here. We're going to switch over to the double view. So you got the broadcast view in the bottom right, my view in the top left, and it is lights out, and away we go, and we're underway here in Australia. It's going to be a wet start. The spray is already bad. If you're looking at my screen, the spray is already bad. I can't see where to go. I'm just going to try and guess, I guess you could say. So we're going to send it in here really hard, and I believe Checo may have some front wing damage if you've seen that, anything in the bottom right view in the broadcast view. But I got up to 11th on that start from 18th, and I'm going to try and get it in here again. I almost get into the back of Bottas, and I make a beautiful move, a beautiful send up the inside. If I can cement myself into points, I feel like I can hold on to at least get points. That's how I'm thinking about this race start. If I can cement myself into points right on the race start, if I can just hang on, we can get points. That's what I'm thinking. That's how my thinking is going right now. Every time I was coming up through here, through this section, this new long section, the car would kick out as I was coming out of the previous turn coming to this section. So like every lap, I was literally constantly having to overcorrect the car to make sure it doesn't spin. Oh, we're gonna have a caution. Oh, somebody's gonna spin off the track in the background. I'm not sure who that was. It looks like it must have been Kevin Magnussen. He's dropped all the way down the position. He dropped all the way down the order back there. Or he's dropped all the way down the order in the broadcast view. So poor start for Kevin Magnussen. I believe, as I said, Checo has to pit for wing damage as well, because somehow he ends up behind me. Yeah, you see him right there on the right on my screen. He is going into the pits currently, so he must have wing damage. Apparently, Pierre Gasly must have wing damage as well because he is pitting too. Wet and wild start. So we're here on lap 3. My car, I'm just hanging it in there. Ocon is on my rear end. I'm not as fast as him, but I'm not going to yield position because, as I said, I'm going to hold on. I'm going to do what I can to hold on to these points, and I'm going to try and get us as many solid points as as I'm explaining, Ocon absolutely nails the wall coming out of the final corner there. If you've seen in my mirror, I tried to switch the broadcast view in time, but I don't think it got there quite in time. So, but yeah, that was crazy. He just absolutely whacked the wall coming out of the final corner, and I was not expecting that. I just want to say that. So, that's kind of my main strategy for this series. Oh, we got a nice little battle going on down here with Lando Norris. Ocon may have some wing damage after that. I'm not sure though. It seems like he's kind of slow, so he may have to pit. But we'll see. We'll see if he pits. But all I'm trying to do is hold on. I don't think I did anything dirty to Ocon there. I think he just kind of overdrove out of the corner trying to gain on me and hit the wall is what it looked like. So, but yeah, I'm just hanging on. The motto for this season is hang on. Literally hang on. Like, that's what I did last race in Jeddah. I tried to get as good a start as I can. We got a nice little battle with Nicholas Latifi and Kevin Magnussen going on down the bottom right there. Magnussen going to look to his inside, going to make a massive send up the inside. He's going to take the place. No, Magnussen gets kind of loose coming out of the turn there. And then Latifi's going to take the position back. We got a nice little bunched up group here, not bunched up gap. A nice bunched up group here, making things pretty interesting. But there's not a lot of passing because DRS is not on to induce passing currently, so it's kind of making the race stagnate out a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, we'll get overtakes from like Checo or someone, which we're probably about to see here in a second. We get overtakes from like Checo or something. Oh no, here we go. Here, I remember this. Fernando Alonso, he's following behind me, and this time I kind of go a little deep into this corner, so he gets up in my rear end pretty nice. Okay, pause. But as we're coming out here, he does the same thing, but he just gets down on the throttle too hard and almost spins the car, almost makes the car go around. So I guess my car is just an understeer magnet, so anybody that gets close behind me, they're just not going to be able to drive their car properly. So I take credit for it. So that's all I got to say. But I mean, yeah, there's not much going on in the race right now. It's just pretty calm. Max and Charles Leclerc, I think Charles Leclerc has like a 2-second gap to Max, I believe. I can't really tell. But Charles Leclerc has absolutely dominated this season so far. Literally has won both of the first 2 races by like 20 seconds. Like, it's crazy. Like Bahrain, he dominated. Jeddah, he dominated. And currently, he's already dominating this race. So we're going to see what he has to do. But as you look here, Fernando Alonso's trying to go to my inside here through the chicane. I'm going to go in a little deep to try and hold him behind me. He's going to fall off from behind me. But as he comes on the exit, he's going to go wide. He's going to get in the dirt. He's going to lose a lot of time to me there. I'm going to try and get him. I'm going to try and spread the gap on him. It's up to 9/10 already. Esteban Ocon is right there. As we battle, they all are catching up to us. So this is fun. Yeah, I'm doing what I can. As I said before, Alonso here on lap 8, he's gotten past us. Ocon once again behind us as we're coming out of the corner. Ocon he hit the wall hard that time. If you looked in my mirror or maybe seen it on the broadcast view, he hit the wall hard that time. So if he doesn't have any wing damage or anything, I'm surprised because he's hit the wall hard twice. And he's going to lock up into turn 1 there after I think that was Lando throws it up his inside for 9th. And that's going to check all of them up behind him. Yuki, Mick Schumacher, Daniel Ricciardo, and I think Richard may be catching on to them. So, hey, that's great. So, but this whole group right here is kind of caused by me from being slower. But hey, like I said, I'm not yielding nothing. I'm hanging on. That's all that matters. But as we keep grouping this pack back up, it just makes this race more and more interesting. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. As we look back through the field here, oh, Kevin Magnussen is going to be pitting, and I think he might have wing damage, but it doesn't look like there's any wing damage. Kind of an awkward pit stop because you can run a little longer on these inters, so I'm going to have to assume it's for wing damage. And the crew guy does have a wing in his hand, so they're going to change the front wing for absolutely no reason. So, yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. So last race, the guy who had bad luck was Bottas. This race, it's Kevin Magnussen. But as we look down in the bottom right here once again, Checo going around the outside of Nicholas Latifi, going to try and hold him off. Never thought I would ever say that would be a battle, so yeah, let's see if Nicholas can maybe get back to the Red Bull and maybe pass him. I'm going offline here to try and keep the tires cool. That's what I was doing there down the front straightaway. I was just trying to keep the tires cool so that way I don't chew through them too quick because the line is drying out. Not fast, but quickly, I guess. Looking down here in the bottom right again. There goes Checo. He's going to go for it. He tries to get around Sebastian Vettel, but Quiet does not get there. Vettel goes kind of wide, but Checo's going to have a major run. Goes to the inside. He's going to get defended off. He's going to have to try and go to the outside. Looks like he can break a little deeper. He's going to try and get to the outside of the Aston Martin. He's going to go to the driver's left side of him, and he is going to hold the position. Maybe we're pitting. On my screen, we're pitting, but that battle was pretty clean, so that was interesting. But this is going to be the whole first round of pit stops here. Everybody's coming in for our first set of inters to be changed onto. So, yeah, let's see how the race plays out. The strategy. Let's see if we can hold our points position, maybe.
Pit strategy complete.
Lance Stroll had a 5-second penalty entering the pit lane there, and he got held for his 5 seconds. I was confused when I was doing the broadcast video. I was like, why is Lance Stroll just sitting here? I was like, they're not changing the lane or nothing. And then I realized from my end, like from Jay's view, he had a 5-second penalty. So yeah, very interesting. So very interesting. I wonder what he got it for. I don't exactly know what he got it for. Maybe some type of contact or something. I don't know. Maybe that's why Magnussen got spun on lap 1. He did it or something. But here comes the second round of pit stops. The next lap, Carlos Sainz comes in. So that means probably George Russell and Max Verstappen and all the secondary cars are going to be coming in this lap because I know Richard pits this lap. So we're going to see where they shake out to. I'm excited to see how Richard does for the rest of the season, and I hope he can keep performing because he's done really good the first 2 races. In my honest opinion, he has. And I'm trying to give him the best car that I can for him to be able to basically perform, and I'm doing what I can. That's all I can say. I'm doing what I can, and that's all that matters. I'm trying. So as long as I'm trying, I'm not failing. That's all that matters. So, I mean, yeah, like, as we get through the second round of pit stops, Richard is now pitting. Max is now pitting. Or no, that was Checo. My fault. That was Checo. All the cars that were second behind their teammate are now pitting. So as we come around here through turn 1, we're going to try and pull a gap on Gasly if we can. He's back in points after an early in the broadcast view, there's a bunch of debris on the track. Something's happened entering turn 1 there. There's a safety car. We're going to have a full safety car, first safety car of the season. Oh no. There was a bunch of debris that just went flying. Richard is off the pace. Richard's retiring from the race. Richard is retiring from the race. No. Oh my goodness. As I was just talking about how good he was doing, Richard is now out of the race. I don't know if it was for the debris, maybe something hit the car, broke the car or something, but we're going to see what happened here in this replay right here. So Albon is turning into the... Oh, Zhou Guan Yu coming out of pit road. Albon just goes straight into the back of him, and Zhou just proceeds to merge into the way. So, I mean, kind of, I guess, a misunderstanding from Zhou. He doesn't leave any room for Albon, and Albon just runs into the back of him, and his front wing being on the track, causes the safety car. And I don't know if that caused Richard to retire or not, but I believe it did. But as we get back, green flag restart here after the safety car goes back in. We can resume racing. Charles Leclerc is still leading. He's trying to start pulling that gap on Max. I think the rain is going to start chilling out because at this point, I believe we're probably going to go on soft soon. We're probably going to go on soft soon, and we're going to see what the strategy is going to play out like. We're just going to have to continually monitor around us and see who's all doing what, so we know what we need to do, and we're going to try and figure it out. But this last part, this is not going to be chopped at all, because these last laps here are, these last 9-10 laps, this is not going to be chopped at all. This is all going to be continuous. This is all going to be back, like, all like at real time as you're seeing it. Nothing is going to be edited here in these last 10 laps, because these last 10 laps get a little crazy, I must say. Checo's still trying to drive from the back here. He's up to, I believe that is 15th, maybe 16th. I think 16th. But yeah, we're trying to hold on to our points position. We're 9th currently. Charles Leclerc is trying to extend that gap on Max. We kind of go a little wide on the exit of the final corner there. Almost getting to the wall. I thought we were going to Ocon ourselves for a second. So our engineer, we're going to get underbody damage from running over that curb. I've done that. I feel like I've done that a lot this race and haven't dealt with any type of issue. But I did it that time and we got some underbody damage. So interesting. But I mean, as I explained to you guys last time, I like using the curbs, and I like using the curbs. I like helping the car turn. That's why I get on the curbs so much. If you watch me, so I mean, yeah, I don't know how we got underbody damage there. Like, that to me just didn't make sense. So I forget what I was kind of talking about before this, but yeah, this series so far has been amazing. It's been fun. Checo. That's what I was talking about. Checo is still trying to make the drive back through the field here. He's going to nail the wall. Behind Kevin Magnussen, he just absolutely obliterated that wall, but no damage it looks like. So he must be fine. As behind us, there's a battle between Gasly and I believe that's Ricciardo. And now it's going to be Mick Schumacher and Pierre Gasly. Mick Schumacher going for points, going to try and go for broke here. He's going to get a little loose, coming out of that corner. Coming out of the final corner now. Looks like everybody's going to be relatively clean coming out of there, so that is great. This race was, in my opinion, when I was racing it, it didn't feel... Oh, look at the AlphaTauris down here battling each other now. It's going to let Mick Schumacher kind of pull a little bit of a gap on them. But as I was racing this race, I didn't feel like the race was very entertaining. So I'm glad I put the bride. Oh, who's that? Zhou Guan Yu absolutely just nailed the side of Daniel Ricciardo. Hopefully he doesn't have any damage from that. But he sent it in there and I think locked up and went into the side of Daniel Ricciardo and nailed him real good. But watch Checo here. He's doing what he can. He's trying to maneuver his way through this traffic, and it's just not working for him right now. He's trying his hardest, and he just cannot get around any of these guys right now back here. And yeah, he's trying to make up for lost time, but it just has not happened yet. So, I mean, yeah, we're trying to keep our gap to Schumacher because that's our kind of last barrier for points. We're doing what we can. We got a 1.5 second gap. I'm just kind of waiting on it to see if we're going to go on to dries. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. I'm monitoring. I'm seeing what's going to happen as Zhou Guan Yu and Daniel Ricciardo battle in the bottom right. I kind of go wide looking at my screen. going into the last left-hander before the final turn. Yeah, I think the season is going to actually be great because I'm sure whenever they put out another performance patch, it's going to kind of close up and change the tone of Charles Leclerc dominating every single race. So, yeah, I'm interested to see how that's going to turn out because it'll apply it to our current career. As we look here, Kevin Magnussen absolutely sending it there. He's keeping Sergio behind him, though, so he's doing what he's got to. I'll give it to him. He's doing what he's got to, and it's working for him. So as my engineer just said, we're not looking to go to a different tire yet. It looks like the rain is letting up. It's easing up just a slight bit. The line is drying out a lot. Mick Schumacher has also caught us, and we're gonna do our best to keep him behind us. But I mean, yeah, like I don't know what the strategy is gonna be here at the end. I really don't. I genuinely don't. We're gonna see what anybody around us does to see what they kind of do and maybe react to that. I mean, that's the only way to kind of play it, is play it by eye. And Pierre Gasly is pitting, not for wing damage though, but he's putting on soft. So we're gonna have our first person to go on slicks is gonna be Pierre Gasly, and that's gonna kind of influence my decision here soon. I wanted to stay on the inters, but I didn't know what the lead pack was gonna do. If the lead pack was going to go on slicks, I didn't want to stay out for too long. As I go wide, I didn't want to stay out for too long and impair myself, I guess, because my idea at this moment in time was to stay out and kind of just run to the end. Like I was just gonna go and just run to the end and see if maybe my inters will last for me. And I kind of panicked and I made a very bad decision towards the end, and I pitted, but we'll get there when we get there. So Mick Schumacher absolutely hounding me right now. We're going to let him get the outside, but we're going to try and send it back to his inside here. We're going to get wheel to wheel with him, and I'm a little bit wide, going to try and take the position back. We're going to keep it. Beautiful racing there. He gave me a respectable amount of room, and I gave him a respectable amount of room. We're going to box this lap. So this is where I reacted to Pierre. I was debating on staying on inters, and as we're coming in, I changed it to mediums. I didn't go to softs. I thought I had changed it to softs and it stayed on medium, but as you see, Sergio Perez and a few other guys behind me are coming in as well, kind of reacting to what I'm doing. I thought I went to softs and I didn't. I changed it to mediums, so we're going to be on mediums for the end of this thing, and I cannot believe I did that. I cannot believe I did that. So as we come out here, Gasly is going to catch us. So I'm trying to get the tires up the warm because I realized what I did as I pitted, and the tires were just cold, and I slid through turn one. Off the track, I'm glad I didn't take Gasly out. He didn't hit me or anything, but I just absolutely slid through turn one, and I'm upset with myself. I'm panicking right now. I'm trying to think of what maybe I need to do. I was like, do I pit again for softs and see if maybe I can make those last or see if I can gain any ground? But at this point, the damage is already done, especially going wide. I don't think I'm going to be getting points at this point. And these two guys behind me, Latifi and Perez, are gaining on me because they're on softs now. So this is great. This is great. This is fun. I absolutely blew our points finish this race. After I was looking back through, it appears that everybody up front stayed on inters to the end. I figured maybe they would have reacted and went and pitted for slicks, like, because especially since Pierre pitted, I thought the guys up front were gonna pit. As you see me go wide here, I thought the guys up front were gonna pit, but they didn't. They stayed on slicks. Okay, I lied. Daniel Ricciardo tries it. Maybe a few other guys do, but I think the move was to stay on inters to the end, because at this point in time, I feel like you're just going to lose more time than you gain by pitting, because there's not many laps left. And I mean, granted, you're on slicks and they're on inters still, and yeah, so I just kind of file in behind Ricciardo. I was going to see maybe if I could get a position back for him, so I'm on the battery here. I'm doing what I can to get around him. I think I'm going to look to his inside here. I almost hit him in the rear end, and it scares me, and I go wide because I thought I was going to hit him in the rear, and I reacted, and the car just slid through the corner, and the car has zero grip. The car literally has zero grip whatsoever, and this is great, guys. This is phenomenal. This is an absolute negative 300 IQ strategy play. Now we got Checo all over our rear end, all in our rear end. Pause. But yeah, so I think at this point I'm just kind of like, okay, if Checo tries to get past me, I might as well just let him through. I might as well just let him go and not hold him up too much. After the chicane, he's gonna go to my left side, I believe. And here he goes. He has DRS because DRS is enabled. I'm like, maybe I could try to send it like I did that one time, and I don't know why I did it. And then I knocked my front wing off, and I'm not happy with myself, guys. I'm furious at this point. I don't know why. I do not know why I did that. So at this point, damage is done. I'm just gonna finish last car on the lead lap and be what it is. So yeah, this was fun. If you can't tell, this was fun, guys. Negative 300 IQ strategy call. So I blew my points position just because I thought I was doing the right thing. So it is what it is. We'll try to get it back next race at Imola, sprint race next weekend as well. But as we look down here in the bottom right, Carlos Sainz is on the rear end of Max Verstappen. He's probably going to try and get an overtake here, coming down the front straightaway as we come into the final two turns. So we can ignore my view now. We can look at the broadcast view because ain't nothing gonna happen with my view, unless like I go wide or something. But that's probably about it. But down in the broadcast view, we got some battles we're checking out. Lance Stroll, and then I believe that's Albon behind him. So luckily Albon not to retire from the race earlier after the contact with Joe. So he held on and made it to the end basically. So that's great. I love to see that. And yeah, so let's see if there's going to be any overtakes. Anybody try to overtake down in turn one. It doesn't look like Albon's going to be quite close enough to. He's going to have DRS once again. But yeah, so for the second race in a row, we're going to have underbody damage and a front wing damage. So for the third race consecutively, we've broken our front wing. And that was kind of my main goal in this race, was to make it to the end without breaking the front wing, and I can't even do that. So, but no, I'm just playing. We'll get it back at Imola. I promise. We're gonna do what we can at Imola. So, but as you look here, Charles Leclerc dominating, and other than that about Charles Leclerc, I don't know what else to say because he's just dominating this season so far. Then you got the Mercedes battling, and then Carlos Sainz still getting on Verstappen, trying to get to him. I'm surprised the guys on the Inter didn't start dropping off as much as I expected him to. I thought I clicked one more time to go to softs, and I didn't. So, I mean, maybe I could have caught them. Maybe. Just maybe, but I don't know. So, I mean, the world may never know now. So, it's in the books. It's written in the history books. So, as we come around, we're on lap 28. We're going to come around for lap 29 this next time by. The leaders are already on the final lap. We got Albon looking like he's going to make a move. No, actually, Pierre Gasly's going to make a move on Albon. Albon going to cover him off, not letting him through. They're on the rear end of Lance Stroll, though. So that means Albon's going to have DRS down here on Lance Stroll. But Pierre Gasly's going to go to the left side of him. He's going to go for it here. I think Albon's going to send it on the inside of Stroll. But she's not going to get to the inside of Stroll. And Gasly's going to get the move done on Albon. What a pass. As we come back up through the field here, Charles Leclerc with a dominant win for the third race in a row, going to come down into the final section of this track, final two turns. He is going to take home the win. He turns right out of the final turn on the gas all the way to the line, and Charles Leclerc is going to win his third race in a row by a dominant fashion. So yeah, that's fun. It's very fun. But looking at my screen, I guess not much going on. I'm just trying to limp this thing back around because let's just keep losing money for damage. So it is what it is. Yeah, as we look back here, You got Lance Stroll battling Albon into the final turn. Albon trying to get to his outside. Who's going to get this at the line? Can Albon advance his position one more spot? Coming to the line. He's going to be run off in the grass a little bit. Lance Stroll's going to hold him off. Ricardo almost got around Albon. What a finish there between those guys for about 13th, I believe that's, or 14th. 14th, my fault. 14th. That was a great finish for 14th. But here we come to the line, and now we are done. Oh, yeah. I don't want you guys to ask me how I'm feeling because it's not feeling great. I just wanted to say that. I'm not feeling great. I just want to say that. But here's the winner's celebration here, so I'll be quiet for you guys to watch this.
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
Okay, so after all of that, we're going to go ahead and check out the driver's standings here. So, but yeah, there's the finishing positions. Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, Valtteri Bottas, Fernando Alonso, Lando Norris, Mick Schumacher, and Yuki Tsunoda are going to be your top 10 after this rainy race at Australia. Yeah, I was very upset with myself, to say the least, and I could have had points. I panicked, so that's all I can really say. But as you scroll down here, you're going to see me and Richard 20th and 21st. So, yeah, fun. As we go through, we're going to see the driver standings here. Charles Leclerc has a 29-point gap on second place, which is Max Verstappen. As you see down here, me and Richard, I'm currently 15th with 1 point. So that's pretty cool. I think just being able to score a point so far. So we're 9th in the constructors. Ferrari is dominating. Red Bull is 21 back on them. So it's probably going to be more of a battle in the constructors rather than a battle in the actual drivers championship, in my honest opinion. So yeah, I mean, that's all I really gotta say, guys. I hope you guys have been enjoying the season so far. Sorry about last video, the first part of it, like where I kind of talk about my developments and stuff. The editing was like really weird on that, so I literally just released the race. That's all I did. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.